This is what it is, okay? I said empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Welcome back, and thanks again for tuning in. My name is Gavin, and since the first couple of episodes, I kind of got into the psyche of fitness. Today, I wanted to give you guys some actionable items you can start to employ in order to become stronger. Beginning with the most important muscle group, your core. Now, your core consists of your rectus abdominis, which is your muscles in the front, your obliques, which are your muscles on the side, your rectus spinae, which are your lower back muscles that go all the way up to your neck, and your transverse abdominis, which wraps around like a corset. That's your deepest layer of core muscles. Now, every day we employ our core muscles in some fashion with every movement that we make. So it's important that we are in tune with these muscles and we keep them strong. Even an everyday exerciser, if you notice you start to plateau in your gains, odds are it's because of your core strength or lack thereof. Today, what I'm going to be doing is demonstrating a few core exercises you can do to efficiently build strength. Right off the bat, I'll give you a couple that you could probably throw out, and those are sit-ups and crunches. So crunches aren't necessarily a bad thing, but it's a waste of energy. You're not getting the most bang for your buck, and the explanation behind that I could explain another time, but it's kind of a little complex of an explanation. The second is sit-ups. Sit-ups are pretty easy to explain. If you've ever done a bunch of sit-ups, you will notice that you start to feel strain in your lower back. The reason for that is once your core starts to get fatigued, you automatically default to your lower back. And anytime you feel stress in your lower back, stop. If there's one piece of advice you should always follow, is to protect your lower back at all costs. And anytime you feel strain there, stop whatever it is you're doing, adjust it, but always protect your lower back. But without further ado, let's get into it. This first one is a modified roll down. You want to make sure that you're sitting up nice and tall. Your belly button is drawn into your spine or suck it in. Your feet are flat on the ground. And I'm starting to roll down nice and slow. And as you can see, I'm using my hands to aid me as I roll down so that I don't plop down. Okay? And I'm rolling down one vertebrae at a time until the back of my head touches the ground. Now, as you can see, I'm not sitting up. What I did was rock back up because the work is on the way down. I want to reset when I get back up to the top. And again, suck my belly button in, sit up nice and tall, and begin to roll down. Now, if you plop down at that end part, that's okay. As you become stronger, you'll get better and better at it. But you want to go down as slow as humanly possible. Make sure you're breathing as well. Now, this one is what you're working up to. This is the advanced version of the roll down. All the same rules apply. The differences are your legs are completely flat and you are sitting up. But it doesn't get into your back like a sit-up because you're rolling down along with the curvature of your spine. But belly button is drawn in. What that does is it engages your core. So anytime you're doing anything with your core or if you're lifting anything, you generally just want to engage your core because, again, that's what protects your back. But you always want to control. Next is a dead bug. So what you want to do here is draw your belly button into your spine again, and then you want to slightly raise your shoulders off of the ground. That's going to ensure that your core is engaged and it's nice and tight. And then what you're going to do is just extend opposite arm, opposite leg. Make sure you're breathing as you extend. Nice and controlled. This is a really good beginner exercise. And if you want to kick it up a notch, this is the same concept. Belly button in, shoulders up, but you're going to extend both arms and legs at the same time. This is a little bit more advanced, but again, You take your time, keep working at it, you'll build up to it. Here I'm showing you a modified and a regular plank. Again, same rules. Draw the belly button into your spine. Breathe. My elbow is directly under my shoulder. You don't want your hips to be too low or high. Here, I'm going to dip them in a second. A good way to know that you're too low is you'll feel that tension in your lower back. Raise up a little bit. But you also don't want to be too high. Time yourself using perfect technique. And whatever your time is, that's what it is. It'll get better, guaranteed, if you do it with perfect technique. Next, I'm doing bird dogs. And here, even though it's an exercise for your erector spinae, primarily, you still want to keep a nice tight core because that's what's going to keep you balanced as you extend your opposite arm and your opposite leg. Otherwise, you won't be able to execute the exercise properly. But you want to extend as far as you can. Also extend through the top of your head so you have a nice long spine. Nice and controlled. Next are bridges. So feet are flat on the ground, land on your back. And what you want to do is extend your hips as far as they go. And you want to squeeze your glutes when you get to the top. Nice and controlled. So extend and squeeze. Glutes and erector spinae are focal points here. Sticking with glutes and erector spinae, here I'm just showing you a few different variations of a Superman. Key points: extend through the top of your head, nice and controlled, squeeze those glutes. All these exercises, do 3 to 4 sets of as many as you can do with perfect technique, right? So the first set could be 10. By the time you get to the last set, you could be doing 1 or 2, but the key is perfect technique, always perfect. You never jeopardize quality for quantity ever. Keep that in mind and your core will quickly become stronger. And strong core equals strong foundation. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.
Soon. Why? Because we like you.